This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Ho, there's Jeff Carey. I welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day, November 29th, in the year 2009, the Montreal Alouettes reached the mountaintop. They won the Grey Cup in a thrilling 28-27 game against Saskatchewan. But the ending of it is why this is on the list. So we're at McMahon Stadium in Calgary. It's the Grey Cup. Montreal, who won 15 out of 18 games in the regular season, taking on Saskatchewan, who went 10-7-1. So, anyway, it was a huge match, to be sure. The CFL playoffs were huge, as BC went to Hamilton and beat Hamilton in overtime to face Montreal in the Eastern Final. But you're thinking, hang on, how is BC an Eastern team? Well, the CFL has the top three teams in each division play in the playoffs. The top seed gets a bye and hosts the conference championship on home turf. However, if a fourth place team from either the East or West does better than the third place team in the other division, like in this case, of course, BC was fourth in the West, but they were better than the third place team in the East, they can cross over and play in the Eastern playoffs. And they did. BC did it. BC won the game against Hamilton. And went to Montreal. The Stampeders hosted Edmonton at McMahon Stadium in the West semifinal, 124-21. And in the division finals, BC went to Montreal, where the Alouettes decided to play at Stade Olympic Stadium, and crushed the Lions 56-18. It was just amazing and all that. And Montreal won 56-18. That wasn't even close. And, it was easy in a way. In the Western Final, Calgary wanted to play on home turf, but they had to go to Saskatchewan to play in the West Final. And it was a 27-17 win for Saski. So that meant we got Alouettes Rough Riders. First time these two faced each other in the Grey Cup, and both teams, both division winners were there. So it was a huge game, to be sure. Saski actually took a 10-0 lead on a Luca Congi field goal and a Darian Durant pass to Andy Fanteuse to make it 10-0. Montreal would kick a field goal, but then give up 7 points based on kicking. 2 field goals and a single, as the ball was kicked into the end zone, but because the player could not get out of the end zone, Montreal conceded a point. So it's 17-3 Saski. Montreal was in trouble, although Cavilla threw a touchdown pass to Duval Richardson to make it 17-10. And then Congi kicked the field goal to make it 20-10. So headed to the fourth quarter, Montreal was in trouble. Thankfully, David Duval had a punt that went through the end zone for a single point. However, Darian Durant ran one in for a touchdown. It was 27-11. It was desperate, and it looked like Saskatchewan was going to win the Grey Cup, and Montreal again would lose the Grey Cup. However, Cavilla passed to Ben Cahoon, touchdown with 1:45 left in the game. They went for 2 to tie the game, but failed. So it was 27-25 Saskatchewan. So it looked like Saskatchewan was going to run the clock down, if you will. However, Saskatchewan had to punt after Montreal held them to a 2-and-out. Montreal had a chance. So anyway, with 31 seconds left from Montreal's own 34-yard line. Anthony Cavilo threw a pass to Jamal Richardson, which got Montreal to Saskatchewan's side of the field with 24 seconds left. So on first and 10, Cavilo thought he had a completion to Kerry Watkins, but video review said it was inconclusive. So it was 2nd and 10 with 10 seconds left. Cavilo threw to Watkins, and he got tackled with 5 seconds left at 36. So David Duval would come in for a 43-yard field goal. Now, I know you're doing the math, and it's like, hang on a minute, wouldn't it be 53 because of the NFL? It's 17 yards behind the line of scrimmage, as in college. Well, the problem is that, yeah, it's the 7 yards. You got to give 7 yards. But you also don't have the 10 yards, the extra 10 yards. Because in the NFL and college football, the goalposts are on the backside of the end zone, which is 10 yards. In the CFL, the goalposts are on the line, are on the goal line, center on the goal line, and the end zones are 20 yards deep, mind you. So that meant that he could go for a 43-yard field goal. David Duval missed wide right, and Saskatchewan had the Grey Cup. But there were flags on the field. And if this is on Saskatchewan, he gets another chance. Unfortunately, Saskatchewan had 13 players on the field. Now in U.S. in college, you get 11 players on the field, like offense and defense. In the CFL, you get an extra player. I believe an extra receiver and an extra defensive back, if you will. So that's 12 and 12. So they do the 12 men. So 12 is legal in Canada. However, they had a 13th guy. They had 12 up on the line and 1 back in the end zone to try to boot the ball away. Although, if you concede a single, it was over anyway. Because Montreal was trailed by 2. But unfortunately, they had 13 guys on the field. The Saskatchewan coordinator slammed his hat and all that. Yeah. With a 10-yard penalty, the Alouettes would go for a 33-yard field goal. Now, remember, a game does not end on a defensive penalty, no matter what league you're in. So, as Chris Cuthbert said, Duval gets a second chance. And it went right through the goalpost, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And Montreal wins 28-27. Now, the funny thing is, both Saskatchewan and Montreal were in their 17th Grey Cup as a franchise. Montreal won. Montreal would also win the 2010 Grey Cup against Saskatchewan, getting revenge for nothing. But Saskatchewan trying to get revenge, but they failed miserably. So, all in all, it was a good effort for the Montreal Alouettes winning the 2009 Grey Cup, and of course making me very happy, as you know, I'm an Alouettes fan, and you know, I was happy and all that. That actually started a streak till 2016 that I picked the Grey Cup winner every year. So I had a 7-year stretch in which I managed to make the Grey Cup's predictions correctly. But that ended in 2016. And the Grey Cup is the worst prediction line I have. When I do baseball, basketball, football, hockey, I predict the champions. And Grey Cup. The Grey Cup I'm really bad at predicting. Unlike the other sports. But, you know, it is what it is. And I missed the 2022 pick, which would have given me 5 in a row in the Golden Slam. Because I picked the baseball champion, which was Houston, the basketball champion, which was Golden State, the hockey champion, which was Colorado, and the football champion, which was the Rams. So, oh well. Anyway, I'm Jeff Dunn. I do.